right, it is August 10th. It's about 10:30, no, maybe 11 in the morning. It's actually pretty nice temperature-wise for August. But I'm out here with the bees. They're actually way up back there. You may not be able to tell. And I'm here to do three things today that I thought I'd do just a quick explanation of what it is and all the stuff it's going to take today. Because it's not my normal go out and check on them with an inspection or feed them. I will be feeding them today, but the other stuff's pretty unique. So the three things I'm here to do today are prepare to take honey from them in 2 days on Monday. I'm also going to be giving them a feeder, which is one of these things here. These are feeders. And I'm going to be treating them for mites. So most of the days when I'm going out to my bees, I have my little equipment bucket here that has my smoker, it has gloves, entrance reducers, stuff to check mite counts, queen clips, hive tool, just all my normal stuff. This bucket is full of sugar syrup, which is the feed. It's a little more than 3 gallons because I'm going to be feeding 3 out of 4 hives. That bucket is full of grass, dried grass and hay that I used to burn in my smoker. These feeders, these are for medium boxes. They hold about 1 gallon of feed. And they have these little called hook and ladders, but basically as the bees drink the syrup, they can climb down there to get the rest of it. So I'm only feeding 3 today, but I just leave them all in there because I don't want to remember where I left the other one, and I'll be back in 2 days to put the feed in the last one. We've got some spare supers. I don't technically need these today, but it'll make things a little easier for me so I don't have to spend a lot of time swapping anything in and out to try to recreate it. I can just use that and worry about the rest later. Got some spare frames just in case, but that's it. The process that I'm going to be following, you'll see it in action and I'll show you how it works, but basically I'm using a bee escape to get the bees out of the honey, moving the honey, all the honey boxes to a single hive with a bee escape under that, and in 2 days I come back and take all the boxes off. And that's how that is, and if it doesn't make sense yet, you'll see me do it all. But that's the plan today. Okay, so where we are right here is actually looking at the second hive. I've already done one, but I'll show you the same thing twice. I finally got my chest mount camera kind of situated right. So I'm smoking the entrance of the hive. That just sort of helps confuse the bees and kind of drive them inside. And the process I'm about to follow is these top 2 boxes are where honey could be, and so there's already a bee escape underneath. So I'm going to be collecting the honey supers that are right here. There should be very few bees in them, so you can see me wedging my hive tool underneath to pop them loose. And it's, I think every time I've seen a video of a beekeeper and I'm looking at them use the tool, they make it look like they're using the tool for no reason. But then it's like one of those things where it's impossible to move until you just pop that wax seal and then it's movable. But if you wait 5 more seconds, it reseals. It's much harder than it seems. That's the bee escape. So they go down into that mesh thing. There's a little hive beetle and a bee was chasing it. I'll squish them. So they go down to that mesh thing and there's like a little maze. So they leave, but they can't really get back in. And that leaves these boxes of honey more or less without bees in it after a day or 2. There's still some in it, but not nearly what it was. So now that I've taken the honey supers off, now it's time to prepare for the rest, which is basically me getting one of these boxes with a feeder and about 5 frames in it, and then give them a mite treatment. So I'm getting everything kind of organized here. I've got to get a box with 5 frames, so you can kind of tell I've got some in my hand there. But I'm filling up a box with 5 frames and a feeder. Then I'll set it on top, feed them, and put a mite treatment in it. So there's the box of 5. Now we're going to probably pop off the bee escape, see what we've got going on underneath. So here we go. There's all the bees. They want to get back up there to make more honey and everything, but they can't. They can't figure out the maze. And there's a queen excluder. Since I'm getting them ready for winter now, this is you take this off so the bees can move freely in the hive. Normally you have that there to keep the queen from moving up and laying eggs where the honey is. You don't want any of that. Not that it's a big deal. It's just you want to keep it separate. Makes it easier to deal with. So now I don't need that because we're not doing any more honey for the year. The rest is theirs. And the bees will actually migrate in the hive depending on temperature and where food is. So this gives them the ability to do that. So there's my feeder. And that feeder sits perfectly inside the box. It takes up the same amount of space as 2 frames. And it holds about a gallon of feed. You just saw me struggle to lift that box up because it had resealed itself to it. It just happens. So yeah, that's the feeder, and it's got all these cool little, like, that little plastic circle that's in there. It's like mesh, so the bees can kind of climb down as the syrup goes down. This is Apiguard mite treatment. You use it after you're done with honey. So when I open it up, it's just a tray of this kind of like liquid gel stuff, and it lasts. You put it in there for 14 days, and it helps kill mites. It's one of several treatments available. You each have their own rules for application, but that just sits in there, and in 14 days, it's all done. Now we feed, so I'm putting my funnel in, my bucket of thin syrup. I'm using thin syrup right now, not heavy syrup, because I want them to finish building wax. I want them to keep laying eggs. I want them to continue to use the last few good months they've got. Before I really put heavy syrup on them to fill out what they've built. So right now a little bit of thin syrup just to give them a little more work to do. Thin syrup stimulates them, it makes them want to build, makes them want to lay eggs, all the things. Thick syrup, they just process for food. They don't get really excited about it, they just do the minimum. So thin syrup right now, then I'll move to thick syrup probably in September. Depending on how much weight they've got. So yeah, bee escape, covered in bees. So I'm gonna put them back home. There we go. Last few, they'll wander off and over the next few minutes, so we're not gonna worry about that. But that's it. That's the process. So the ones with the bee escapes, because I put them out there 2 days prior to this. All the bees left, and what I'm doing is taking all these boxes of honey that I've taken off the hives, and I am putting them, I'm going to stack them all up on one, which you're about to see. So when I come collect that, in 2 more days, I have all the boxes, mostly without bees, in one spot, and I can collect them all off of one stack instead of doing this 4 times. So I've turned the speed up to 4 times speed. So this is my really mean hive. One of the reasons I wanted to do the time lapse so I don't have to deal with it. And when I say really mean, I mean they as soon as I open the lid, they try to sting. Now I already have a bee escape, so there aren't too many bees that are in there. You can see them crawling in the lid. That's still a good amount, but they were actually, because there weren't so many bees here, they weren't nearly as mean as usual. When I put this bee escape on, they attacked very aggressively, and one actually got up under my veil and was like sitting on my eye for a while, and it was pretty scary. I took off the chest harness because I didn't like it's black, which is a color bees love to sting, and also it compresses the suit on me, so a sting might get through. So I just took it off because I don't need it. And they are really mean. So now I'm into where the actual hive is, so now they can get to me. But they were actually pretty easy going. So I've got the feed box ready. There goes the medicine. Now we feed them, and this one is done. And then I have to do the same thing on the next hive. So we take the bee escape. You're gonna see me install the bee escape on this one. But I'm not gonna lie, like getting that hive out of the way and completely finished makes me happy. That hive is really mean. And the way you fix that is getting a queen that's gentle, which I will try to find next year, or requeen with one of my own. Smoke the front, pop the lid off. This one doesn't have any bee escape, so all the bees are in everywhere, and that's totally fine. That's what the bee escape's job is. So we get up underneath everything, trying to unglue these things. There it goes. And now bee escape. No more bees on that one. Set that right on top. And now we stack all of the boxes up. And that's basically it. We've got the bee escape, all the boxes on top, and in 2 days all the bees will be out of there, and I can just come collect all those boxes, feed and treat the last hive, and that'll be it. And the next step will be getting the honey to the right moisture level and extracting. But that'll take a little more time, and that happens at home. So thanks for watching.